as an independent state. We cannot accept the idea of Georgia or other countries falling under the zone of exclusive influence of the Russian Federation or any other country. Within the context of the armed conflict that broke out in Georgia a year ago, we are really alarmed, especially by the situation in South Ossetia. We are concerned about the status of compliance with agreements to end military operations that were concluded. The situation of refugees forced to leave their homes and unable to return is mainly alarming. Unfortunately, the EU's humanitarian aid does not reach Abkhazia or South Ossetia at the moment. Ethnic Georgians, as well as other inhabitants of these areas, suffer. We deplore the fact that independent observers sent out to Georgia by the EU cannot work in these areas either. The report states that both parties to the conflict violated international law. It is not for us to judge. However, the report also says that the Russian Federation has gone significantly beyond a generally accepted notion of defense. We are deeply concerned about pieces of information concerning ethnic cleansing and violence against civilians that, according to the report, took place during as well as after the conflict. Our Interparliamentary Committee will promote all efforts to put an immediate end to all violence, to lift blockades which make it impossible for humanitarian aid to reach those who really need it, blockades that hinder the access of international peace observers, and all efforts to mitigate consequences of the conflict for innocent civilians. We will back every action that will lead to the end of the conflict and the restoration of territorial integrity and sovereignty of Georgia. Thank you.
Belder, on behalf of the EFD Group, for 2 minutes, please.
Thank you, President. Now, it's been said that there are no winners. That's what we've heard from the report from the fact-finding mission to Georgia. But I don't share that view. There was indeed a winner of the conflict, and it was Russia. Now, the Kremlin very much took the upper hand, and the loser was the Georgian state. Nevertheless, the Russian Orthodox Church takes the view that Abkhazia and South Ossetia are part of Georgia, and I would like to emphasize that point. Now, the Tagliavini Commission has criticized the issuing of Russian passports to South Ossetia and Abkhazia as flying in the face of international law. This is hollowing out of Georgian national sovereignty, and it's what also happened in the Crimea. Once again, here Russia is issuing citizens of the Crimea, which is part of the Ukraine, Russian passports. So what we are seeing is that we need to help these countries to defend their national sovereignty and independence, and this is the case in Georgia. Thank you.
Thank you. Now Mr. Obermeier of the non-attached members for 2 minutes, please.
Danke, Frau Präsidentin.
Thank you, President. We've seen this conflict in the Caucasus, the 5-day war, which is regrettable. And we have Georgia and Russia involved, but also the breakaway regions of Abkhazia and South Ossetia. The international media reported on the conflict, but I would like to clarify the situation. The US were very critical of the Russian action and saw it as something and saw a way of defending the defensive action taken by President Saakashvili of Georgia. Saakashvili's reaction was focused on.